An occasional craving for sweet treats, a sweet tooth. That is one of my vices, shared, I'm sure, with many people throughout the world. And desserts, well, that's something that we love in England. And I think we can proudly say we come towards the top of the league in delivery. Okay, I've got to accept France has its amazing creme brulee. Belgium, its stunning waffles with cream all over them. In Germany, apple strudel. In Spain, crema catalana. And in Italy, tiramisu. Wonderful sweet desserts, but we're going to see what England has to offer and just how fantastic our options are too. On today's show, we're going to try one of London's best sticky toffee puddings, one of the food's most beloved by online reviewers these days. Then we're going to discover London's latest dessert sensation, that's Crumble, and try one of their crumbles, and also perhaps some custard too. Finally, we're going to round it off by returning to Anya Hindmarch's ice cream project and seeing what uniquely British flavours add to the world of ice cream. So, together, let the taste adventure begin. These turtles are popping up all over London, by the way, not just here on Piccadilly Circus. I think there's 11 or 12 of them. A good way of reminding us of the wonder of these creatures, even those of us who live in big cities, and the importance of looking after them so that they endure just as long as they've been around up until now. Well, don't believe everything that artificial intelligence tells you. I made a request as to where I could try the best sticky toffee pudding in London, and it suggested Cakes and Bubbles by Albert Adria in the old Café Royal up Regent Street. But it was exciting going there because Rio Ferdinand, a great hero, was sitting outside having a coffee. But, you know, there was no sticky toffee pudding. So I had to scoot across London on the Central Line, up to Liverpool Street, head north, and I'm looking for a place called Smokestack. It's a real shame that I've only got time to have dessert here because the whole restaurant looks fantastic. It's really beautiful. We're not very far from Brick Lane, and they have amazing barbecued food, as you can see from this little snippet here.
Yeah, so there's brisket. These are the pork bellies. Got pork shoulder, ox cheeks, and some of those beef ribs in there.
Fantastic, thank you so much. Sticky toffee pudding is definitely one of Britain's best known desserts, and it should really consist of a moist sponge cake, possibly with some dates and nuts in it. We'll see if that's the case here, covered in toffee sauce, and often served with a vanilla custard or vanilla ice cream as well. It's very widely served in Cumbria and the Lake District, and many people think it comes from there. But the truth is, its origins are contested. Many people argue that it really originated in the UK after the Second World War, particularly from the 1960s onward. There are pubs including the Gate Inn in the East Ridings of Yorkshire, and also the Udney Arms Hotel in Aberdeenshire that claim to have invented it in the 1960s. The pudding became much more popular in the 1970s when it was developed at the Sharrow Bay Country House Hotel in Cumbria. Now, that restaurant claimed to have received the recipe from Canadian Air Force officers who lodged at the hotel during the Second World War. Also, a take-home version was developed in 1989 by the owners of the village shop in Cartmel, Cumbria, and it's still very popular. In fact, many people say, go to the supermarket, buy it, take it home, heat it up, because it's the best sticky toffee pudding you could possibly have. There are counterclaims that actually sticky toffee pudding, which is quite hard to pronounce repeatedly in a vlog, actually originates from the Caribbean in the 17th and 18th centuries. And here's my, oh, good to see that pudding looks amazing. Wonderful, thank you.
Bon appétit.
Merci bien. Look, my beautiful sticky toffee pudding is here now. I can't wait to get into it, but I just want to finish the story about its origins. There are counterclaims that actually it was originally developed in the 17th and 18th century in the Caribbean. And who am I to judge? I'll leave it to you. Certainly, in my experience in the Caribbean, there are lots of tasty cakes with a kind of similar background. Anyhow, it's time now to tuck into this sticky toffee pudding, which seems extremely hot as well. I'm going to start with the pudding itself and get some of that sauce. Move on to the ice cream later. That's a really lush, toffee sauce. So rich, caramelly as well, creamy, treacly. And the cake itself is a lovely consistency, not too thick set. Well, there goes the ice cream. Beautifully sweet itself as well, unctuous really. And you can see in there lovely traces of chocolate. And there may well be some little bits of date, I'm not sure. Actually, I think there are. Toffee sauce is amazing. Let's try the ice cream. Very nice vanilla ice cream with clear vanilla flavouring. And now I'm going to try and mix it all together. That is great. Just lovely today on a summer's day, but really there's nothing heartier, warmer or more filling on a winter's day as well. Perhaps in a pub in front of a log fire. What a lovely idea. The pudding itself is absolutely delicious, and I checked with the restaurant. It's got treacle inside, a little bit of chocolate, dates, and of course plenty of caramel. And there's almost that kind of burnt toffee flavour as well, but the texture is just so moorish. The ice cream, very pleasant, not quite up to the same standard as the rest of the pudding, but it's certainly an unbelievably enjoyable experience. Lots of vloggers apparently have been here, I'm not the first, and they come for two things, the brisket and the sticky toffee pudding. You can see why. It's got to be one of the best in the United Kingdom. And now the good news about having come here rather than stay down on Regent Street is that it's only around about a 300-metre or 9-minute walk to Humble Crumble at Spitalfields. So I'll see you there. Here we are, arriving at Old Spitalfields Market, full of eating options and of course markets, antiques, all sorts of things. A place of great activity and well worth coming back to as well. But right now the attention is on Humble Crumble, and it's just down here on the left. There's a small queue outside, but nothing too terrible. There are touch screens to order here. Let's give it a go. The choice I'm taking is rhubarb, raspberry and orange crumble. And you've got a choice of toppings, crumble topping. So I'm going to have the shortbread crumble topping. The alternative is a granola crumble topping. Costs a little extra as well. And then this is really exciting. The possible toppings. You could choose hot custard, cold custard, frozen custard, vanilla whipped cream, blowtorch marshmallow, dark chocolate drizzle, or no topping. The toppings are an additional 50p. It's got to be, I think, frozen custard for me. Oh, that's interesting. It's called the Little Bell. And then you can have rose petals, almonds, hazelnuts, or crushed meringue on top. I'm going to go for rose petals because I think it'll make it very, very pretty. And that's going to cost me a total of £7.65. And thankfully my card has been approved, all paid. Do I want to receive an email receipt? You know what? I'll get put on their marketing list if I do. So the answer is definitely yes. Now, the other thing that strikes me here is, of course, that you can have trifle, which is the other quintessentially brilliant English dessert, in my opinion, beyond compare. So another day, when we perhaps review Spitalfields, because there's so many different cuisines to choose from here, we'll have to come back and have a trifle. Doesn't this look beautiful? I'm going to have to eat it with one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other over the edge of the table. This is the frozen custard. I absolutely love the rose petals here on the frozen custard. I opted for a standard size. That's, I think, £7.65, just checking on the wall. But if you wanted to upgrade to a large portion, that would be £9.15. So a pretty good deal. The frozen custard is super cold, as you'd expect. It's got a lovely vanilla taste. So it's actually quite ice creamy, I would say, in flavour. I tried to dig underneath so that you can actually see the crumble mix. There it is. Yummy. Crunchy. And the description is absolutely accurate. It is like the finest Scottish shortbread, all chopped up, really nice. The rhubarb has got a lovely tart taste, and the raspberries just slightly offset that. Really lovely taste. And the orange, then just that little citrusy tang, an element of relief to the tartness of the rhubarb. That is a good way to make crumble, I can tell you. And what a great idea, to be honest, because there aren't that many places where you can buy crumble, which is another really traditional English dessert. I love rhubarb crumble at best of the times, but the raspberry and orange just provided nuances in flavour. The topping, absolutely fantastic, like a shortbread, richer, lovely and sugary, and then the rather nice frozen custard on top. Well, as I say, it tastes like vanilla ice cream to me, more or less. So I think next time, not that I made a mistake, I didn't, but next time, I think I'm going to go for the signature and have the custard on top of the crumble and then let them put a layer of sugar on and put their blowtorches to work to make it look like a creme brulee and see what that tastes like. I imagine it's even more spectacular. As a result, and in that expectation, this crumble is going to get my gold medal. Not quite platinum, but definitely gold. Really, really enjoyed it. And it was fascinating talking to the people sitting next to me. They also enjoyed their crumbles. They went for the best-selling apple and cinnamon crumble, which is less of an acquired taste, perhaps, than the rhubarb crumble. And the lady asked me, had I enjoyed the rhubarb one? And I said, yeah, definitely, absolutely. And she responded that the thing that put her off is the memory of rhubarb crumble at school dinners. So she hadn't quite mustered the courage to order one. I'm sure she would have enjoyed it. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of Humble Crumble. Its founder, Kim Innes, actually started selling crumbles at farmers markets in 2018. It's a business that then developed traction very quickly with long queues, just as there are these days at all of the London outlets. But what Kim really noticed is that whilst there are gelato and ice cream shops everywhere in London, even in the winter, there's hardly anything selling traditional English desserts like crumble, and therefore set to work. And there's no question about it that this innovation has paid off. Also, Kim was determined to make sure that customer service and customer choice topped the agenda. And that's why you can effectively build your own crumbles to your own specific requirements each and every time you visit Humble Crumble. Like I just explained, next time mine is going to be different. And I might even try the granola topping as well. Goodness me, closures on the Circle and District line made it a little bit more complicated to get here from Humble Crumble than it should have been. But I can see the ice cream project by Anya Hindmarch just across the road. I found a yellow bench, which is even more yellow than the custard. And I've already started digging in. I need to share with you now, though, this bird's custard, in fact, it says bird's custard on the little container, is a very, very typical accompaniment to many British desserts. Whether there's a layer of custard on your trifle, or with a hot cake, or rather hot suet pudding, something like that. This is lovely. It's light, it's creamy, custard's not overly pronounced, but you can definitely make out the flavour in a light manner. This would actually go brilliantly with that uniquely English Christmas dessert, Christmas pudding. With this ice cream, it would be great. Make a nice change to brandy butter or brandy sauce. As I wanted to stick with English desserts, underneath we have the second layer. Here is one of our favourite tea time biscuits, McVitie's Hobnob. It has a base which is made with rolled oats and chocolate on top. Let's see what that's like in ice cream form. There are lots of oats in there, just like a almost nice porridge with a rich, deep chocolate flavour. It's very, very enjoyable. And that took me a little while to get through, and now I'm at the bottom. And I've just got my iron brew, which is kind of sorbet. And the reason I took iron brew is to remember that Scotland is part of the UK, obviously Wales and Northern Ireland as well. that Scotland adds to our sweet treats as well, and it goes well beyond deep fried Mars bars. Iron Brew is one of the most famous soft drinks, and to make a sorbet out of it is a great idea. It tastes just like Iron Brew, very sweet, and I think this would actually pair very well with some other fruit sorbets. But this is a unique Scottish taste. Iron Brew, a can of pop in an ice cream sorbet. I wanted to include Anya Hindmarch's ice cream project because it shows that for at least 2 months every year in the UK we have an extraordinary eclectic range of ice cream flavours which reflect British culture and tastes and are made to the most exacting high standards. In short, in the ice cream world, we can stand with the best. In conclusion, with all due respect to our dear friends from Germany, and not forgetting our friends from Spain, as well as nos amis belges, onze Belgische vrienden, our Belgian friends, the truth is, to all of our European neighbours, English desserts are right up there with yours. We're proud of our culinary heritage. We've got some really brilliant flavours to be proud of, and I hope I've showed that in this vlog. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I will see you soon on another adventure with Travel in the Know. Well, don't believe everything that artificial intelligence tells you. I researched the best sticky toffee pudding in London, and it suggested going to